Hi guys, we will discuss about arrays. Arrays are divided into three categories mainly: one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, and three-dimensional array. They used one-dimensional and two-dimensional in gate aspects. In gate, they will ask at least 1 to 2 questions in gate, 1 to 2 marks or 1 to 2 questions in gate. Every year they will ask questions from arrays. In arrays, we will talk about one-dimensional arrays and two-dimensional arrays mostly. And one-dimensional array and two-dimensional arrays are very easy implementation. Even if you learn one-dimensional arrays, two-dimensional arrays implementation, you can code it very easily any array kind of questions. So in this particular topic, in this particular lecture, we will talk about one-dimensional arrays and some examples which were asked in gate. Okay, so here this is the one-dimensional array. In one-dimensional array, initialization, it is a type. You can use it type as integer or character or double, float, anything. It's a type, and this is the name of the array. This is the type and name of the array, and this is the number of elements you want to have it in arrays. Number of elements you want to have it in arrays. These are the list of elements which you want to have it in the array. So here this is the array declaration, how it will be look like in memory organization or inside the computer. For our understanding, we have written like this. So we started index at 0, but we can start index at anywhere. You can start at -1 when you are initializing. So here there is nothing like that. We have taken just 7 elements. Here you are starting with index 0. This is the index 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 6. These are the elements. This is the address of the each element. This is the address of each element. Here, this is the each element capacity is 2 bytes. Integer capacity is 2 bytes. If you are taking character, capacity is only 1. If you are taking float, the capacity of one float value equal to 4 bytes. If you are taking double, the capacity of one double equal to 8 bytes. It based on compiler and based on programming language you are using, it might change. So there is an example, we will see it. What is the location of array of element 3? So how you find out array of 3? So you don't know what is the address of array 3. So we will take always starting address called as base address. This is the base address and starting index. So plus required index. What is required index? Required index is 3. So it is required index. Required index minus what is our starting index? It is starting index minus starting. Starting index. Okay. Here, what I told, in each integer, it will take 2 bytes of data to store each integer. After 2 bytes, you will get new element address. After 2 bytes, again you will get new element address. Here, 1000, 3 minus 0 into 2 equal to 6. 1006. In 1006, which element? We will directly go to 1006 address. This is the 1006 address. Here, what they ask? Array of element 3. What is array of element 3? 40. What is that address? 1006. Same thing we got here. Next, if you go for another, we will see it another. Array of location 6. Array of location 6. This is the base address and it is required index. required index minus starting index and capacity of the each type, integer value or float value, character, whatever it is, the capacity. So 1000, 6 into 2, 12, 1012. What is there in 1012? Location, say element 6 is located at 1012. Okay, if you generalize, you will get the form location of array element ith element you are requiring. This is the third element, this is the fourth, this is the fifth, like that you are asking for ith element. Then what is this? Base address. Every time array represents base address. This is the array. Array always pointed to first value, that is the base address. So array plus what is this? Required index. What is required index? I is the required index. What is this? 0. This is the starting index of the array. This array is starting at 0 index into what is this? Capacity. What is this capacity particular in this particular example? This is 2. So our generalized form is location of array of some element I. It is located at array plus I minus 0 into 2. It is the generalized form. So we will look into other examples how they used, and so here we have taken 0, but we will see other parameters how they used it. See, this is the example that index is starting at 27. This is not 0. Here ending with 531. Base address is 0. Base address in this particular example, base address is 1000. Okay, but here they are starting from 0. And size of each element is 10 bytes. In this example, size of each element is 2 bytes. So location of A of 501, that is equals to base address 0. What is base address? 0 plus 501. This is the required index and it is starting index. Required index minus starting index into capacity of the element or size of the element. What is the size of the element? 10 bytes. So you will get 474 into 10, which it will give 4740. If you try to print like this, or you can able to write it whatever possible way you can write it, you will get the element at 4740 location. Okay, if you see other example, this is the example 2. Other example. So here we have taken above 0. Here we started with exactly 0. Now we will see for minus. If we take minus, what will happen? Here the address is, base address is, we are starting with 500 and each integer or character or whatever it is, element size is 5 bytes. So location of 155. What will happen? Base address plus, this is the base address plus required index minus starting index. Okay, into capacity of the element. Here see 500 plus 1250. How this became? 155 minus 95. Okay, it will give some value. Here I want to explain one thing. So how it became plus? Why not other things are everywhere we are using? It will become minus into minus, it will become plus. See here what will happen. So you are having array, suppose like this. This is minus 3, this is minus 2, and this is minus 1 and 0, 1, 2. So here how many elements you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That implies you have 6 elements, right? But they ask you to find out element location. For suppose say it 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20. So you have to find out this location. How do you find out that location? We will see here. So what is base address? Base address is 10. Base address is 10 plus what is the location? Required location is 1 minus what is starting address? -3 into what is the capacity? 2. So what it should give? 10 plus 4 into 2, 8. That is equals to 18. Is that? See, 18 we got it. Same thing here. If you want to find out elements, you have to take required minus starting address. Then only you are able to locate. From here to here you can locate. Otherwise you can't locate. That's why minus of minus will become plus and it gives 1750. So here we will discuss about little bit about a general note. Take a note of this. Note for suppose array given that this is the lower bound. It might be positive integer or negative integer or might be 0. This is upper bound. It will be always positive or negative or it might stop at 0, because if it is 0 all these are negatives. If it is negative all these are negatives only. If it is positive this should be positive. It should not be negative. Okay. Base address is B and size of each element will be C. Then what is the location of A? Base address plus required into lower bound. This is the lower bound. Till now we used that. See here 95, here 27. 0 is the index. This is the starting index. Lower bound is nothing but it's a starting index. Okay, starting index. And capacity, C is the capacity. So if you want to find out total elements, what are the total elements? See, in previous example, upper bound is the 2 minus what is the lower bound? 3 plus 1. It implies 2 plus 3 plus 1 equal to 6. Yeah, we got previous how many elements are there? 6 elements. So here you can say generalized formula for finding out elements in if they given lower bound and upper bound, then you have to use lower bound minus upper bound plus 1. This is the, see, remember one thing. If you are able to understand this, you are able to understand 2-dimensional also. It's very easy. If you understand 1-dimensional, it's like same thing in 2-dimensional also. And one more I want to say is, in GATE they will ask at least 1 to 2 questions, or 1 mark or 2 mark, I don't know, but they will ask at least one question from these arrays, 1-dimensional and 2-dimensional. They will ask what is the location, find out this array element location, or find out total elements, or otherwise they will give all these and they will give a location of this element and size of this element. They will ask us to find out base address or anything. So remember, if you know this concept, you are able to get 1 to 2 marks. One mark is very important in GATE. If some persons get 39, they will get almost 2500 to 3000 rank. If one more person get 41, he is really good. He might get below 2000 also. We can't say. So 1 mark is very important. Don't neglect. And our teaching method will be based on topics. We will select 60 to 70 topics and we will give notes on that. So that you should not waste your time. If you practice all those concepts, if you understood all those concepts, then you are able to score more than 50 to 55 marks. If you understand 60 to 70 concepts, then you will score 50 to 55 marks. So don't neglect it. And I don't suggest to read entire all the material or whatever available material. Go by concept. If you are taking one concept, do practice this concept, understand this concept, and practice previous year question papers, so that you are able to solving or not. If you are getting any doubt, you can post it in comment. What is this? Anything, whatever you want to post it, you can post it in comments. And I want to say that do your preparation based on topics, because you have very less time. So you have to get at least 55 to 60 marks. Then you will be end up in 1000. So your focus should be more on topic wise. It should not be based on subject wise. If you are going for subject, it will take to entire 2 to 3 months if you dedicated your entire day to one subject, and you don't understand. Those are a very high level things. So whatever required for GATE, I will explain to here. If you register, if you subscribe this channel, then you will get to know notifications. I will explain. Already I completed 3 to 4 concepts, and I will go deep in those concepts, so that I want to completed all the 60 to 70 concepts. After completion of 60 to 70 concepts, I want to go for more further. Those are rarely asking questions like that. These are frequently touching questions. So I am morely focused on 60 to 70 topics. So okay, be focused and be prepared well. Thank you so much, guys.